And the stream begins. As usual, about 5 minutes early. Pretty sure I've got that all updated on Twitch. There we are. So, today, instead of The Witcher, I'm going to be playing Pokemon Shield's new DLC, the Isle of Iron, if I'm remembering its name properly. So, let's just jump into it. Now, I had to start the game up over the last week for a moment so I could transfer all my guys off of home, that I could anyway, into Shield, which required me to start up the game, save it, and then close it again. So it gave me the information I needed to go into the Isle of Iron, but I don't remember exactly where I was supposed to go, because I don't think it was Wyndham. I think it was probably Wedgehurst, actually. So we'll, what's my team right now? Okay, it is actually my team, though let's put everyone in their proper order, if I can remember it. So, Lady Amalthea. Okay, so Miles goes before Amalthea, and Akko and the Great Atuan are okay. Alright, so now everyone's in their proper order. Actually, you know what? I'm going to show off my collection. Because these are all the guys that I could import from home. So all those gaps are Pokemon that aren't yet in the Pokedex. Because they're not doing the entire National Dex, but with each DLC they are adding just a few more. So that'll be handy once that coalesces. You can see more Pokemon are available, and there's even a few Legends available now from previous gens. But as the generations continue, more and more Pokemon are possible to import. There's my Necrozma. And I do already have a Zeraora, so I did not yet get the shiny one that we're supposed to get from the big event from the past week, I think it was. And then there's my catches from here. These guys are in the Galarian box because these are all capable of Gigantamaxing. And then these are my favorite Pokemon, my particular team, which once I get Ranicus up to level 100 and manipulate his stats a little, he will be going in here as well. But yeah, that is my setup. I was kind of delaying some time before going because I'm waiting for the Dashing Duo to pop in, but I'm guessing that they will show up when it is time for them to show up. I don't know when that will be. But where is the Wedgehurst train station? This way, I think. Yes. So I go to this guy. Armor Pass. Isle of Iron, not Isle of Armour. Let me just fix that. Armor. And update. There. Though it's interesting, they didn't spell armor in the British fashion like I do. Alright, so let us go to Armor Station. And I don't know much about the Isle of Armour aside from what's been shown in previews. Oh, that's kind of neat. So this is northeast of Galar, so it's not really Ireland like I was thinking it might be. I don't think there are many islands northeast of Britain. There's probably just not one-to-one analogous. Yes, it is my first visit. Researching Pokemon biology. Pokedex. Yay, update it. I did hear that there was some sort of a glitch where, like, the Pokemon that I just added from home, don't show up in the Pokedex. But we'll see. Or don't show up as captured. Not what I wanted. I wanted this one. Yep, they fixed it. So I've technically got them all. But there's probably a few gaps. Yep, there's a couple there that I apparently do not have. And those would be Cubfu in its evolved form, more than likely. So we'll go and get me a Cubfu. Oops, did not mean to sit down. So, who be you? Let's join the dojo. Strange person outside the stations are scared to head out. Well, here they come. Interesting shadow. You're the traveler I'm supposed to guide, am I right? Exactly when we agreed to meet, too. Quite the commendable punctuality. Oh, he's probably talking about the guy who just ran away. Nice hat. I hope I'll be able to buy one on this island. I've got the strangest feeling we've met before. But I can't recall. And here I thought amnesia was Slowpoke's move. My name is Avery. I'm a senior member of the dojo you are to join. I think you've got the wrong person. You're here to join the Master Dojo, are you not? I also train there. Avery is delightfully non-binary. My goodness, this is a thick one, like a poor lost Wooloo. It's up to me as an elegant adult to make sure they get the message. Perhaps a show of strength is the best way to get to know each other. I'll await you outside. Once you're ready, come out to face me. So, judging by the Pokeballs, time to show him who the better trainer is. This fellow is Psychic. So I will not want to start with Voronicus, but rather with Lancelot. And let's see if I can sweep his team, or their team. Probably his. Because I think the sword counterpart to Avery is female. So yeah, new wild area. Is this your first visit to the Isle of Armour? You would no doubt like to run around and explore freely, but first let's make sure you can handle yourself. Naturally, as a member of the Master Dojo, I'll be using my psychic powers to test your strength. Come now, don't overexert yourself. Challenged by Avery. Only 2 Pokeballs, huh? I'll show you what true power looks like. Unlikely. That is a high-level Abra. That is a ridiculously high-level Abra. Oh, that's right, Lancelot doesn't know any dark moves. But he still one-shots. Wing Shreds, though. At this, I probably could have had Voronicus out and just have him jab him with the Mega Horn. That was the attack. Slowpoke. Do I want to actually switch anyone out? Oh, he doesn't have that, so good thing I didn't. Nah, we'll stick with Lancelot. You only have 2 Pokemon, Avery. This is what was going to happen. Alright, we'll just drill peck him. Not to mention you're up against a champion. Prepare to experience psychic powers that defy human comprehension. A basic confusion attack. Why yes, you have dealt the first damage I've taken on this island. Not that that's hard, considering you got a turn in. We'll Steel Wing. Oh, this is a really tough Slowpoke. Just don't get confused, and you will be gold. Okay, I wasn't sure if Avery was going to use a potion or not. I was tempted to use Hone Claws just to react to the potential potion, do even more damage later, but... Such strength! I'm in Psyshock! Yay, move puns. I thought we had enough of that with Professor Kukui. Could you give me a moment? Improbable. No, impossible. What kind of trick did this kid use? If a trainer of this talent arrives at the dojo, and the people there may very well suffer amnesia about my very existence. Only I could get rid of him. But I've been tasked with escorting him to the dojo. No, you want the guy back in the train station. Also, I can hear everything you're saying. You have potential. Why, you made me use a whole 3% of my strength. Still, how shall I put this? Our dojo is a respected place, where even the famous champion Leon trained. Former champion Leon. What I'm trying to say is, I don't think you are quite up to snuff. Therefore, I suggest you ignore the Master Dojo standing over there, and head home as soon as you're done seeing the sights. I suppose you can have this too as a parting gift. A style card? Increases... Ooh. Cool. Show it when you next visit a boutique or hair salon, and I'm sure you'll be able to find more elegant garb like mine. Now then. Farewell. I doubt I'll see you again. Avery, teleport! That'd be more effective if you used your Abra to actually teleport. Alright, so let's do the runaround. First swap my team back to how it's supposed to be. And let's explore this island. I don't need to catch another Galarian Slowpoke. That's just a Baniri. Survive. There's a berry tree. What is that all the way out there, I wonder? Ooh, will there be Wailord out here? I think that'd be awesome if there'd be Wailord out here. Doesn't look like there are, though. That is a huge splash, and it seems to be coming right for me. It was coming right for me. Interesting. I think that's a wash Rotom? Might be a heat Rotom, though. Interesting to actually see Rotom in the wild. Oh, hi there. Weave together Galarica twigs. You can make a bracelet. I do not have any Galarica twigs. I wonder what those are from. Ooh, that is a green Pokeball. Is it? No. That's a TR. It's probably just the area around it made the light a little off. Overheat would explain the Rotom being a heat instead of wash. You know what? Since there's bound to be a lot of trainers running around out here, let us connect to the internet. Just to see who might be about while I'm about. Connected to the internet. And away we go, back across. Oh, there's a Wailord, and yes, it is huge! I'm gonna let this encounter me, I think. Oh, I see, it's a Sharpedo. Oh, I want to actually go out to that Wailord, though. I hope that's, like, properly scaled and not the shrunk down version. Nice being able to avoid the tentacles. Ooh. Bag of Stardust. Is there a lot of those? Star Piece. Ooh, they got sparkly bikes. Bottle of calcium. Meh. Sell that. There's that Sharpedo again. He wants my hide. I just want to get to this Whale Lord. Oop, there's another shiny thing. Soft sand, good for ground types. Oh man, I really hope this is a 2-scale Whale Lord. Hello, Sharpedo. Fortunately, since you are a dark type, Veranicus can knock you out real fast. The sunlight is harsh, huh? That's a level 60 Sharpedo, even. Yep, down in 1. Rough Skin activates. But okay, I have gotten to the Whale Lord. This is awesome. Off I go. Explore more of these little islands about. Oh wow. That's the shadow of its fluke. Okay, I thought there was a fluke underwater. Is that a sparkly thing on the top of the water? That looked like a sparkly thing on top of the water. Ooh, dubious disc. That'd be good for any Porygons that I get, even though I've already got. Now, these Sharpedo are relentless. Oh yeah, there's sparkly things on the water. Can't quite pick them up, apparently. Health feather. Now, is that all that's there, is feathers? Yeah, it's just feathers. Wonder what that's about. Huh? And dodge. Almost, anyway. It's coming up fast, and I made it. Ah, an Executor. I think if I remember right, first time I saw its name, I thought it was pronounced slightly different. What do we have in here? An Orbeetle. Probably not a special one. I'm just gonna leave it. Oh, hey, Ditto. Ah, that's a Galarica tree. Or twig. Makes an accessory for specific Pokemon. Okay, so I want to get plenty of... Oops. Wild Ditto. It's interesting to have the sunlight be harsh when it's nighttime. Okay, so it used to transform at just the right time. And we will switch to Lady Amalthea, because she is super resistant to fighting type stuff. She's practically a counter to Veranicus. Oh, did I get Play Rough? I think I got Play Rough when I was doing a wild area off time, or when I wasn't playing. Excuse me. I'm gonna have to double check if we've got that TR. Create a tool and leveled up. Okay. So into the TRs. Sort by number. Play Rough. Because Lady Amalthea is a physical fighter. So that will be better for her than Dazzling Gleam. Huzzah. And I'm just making sure to remove the "you got something new" stuff. Got a whole bunch of stuff off of that was the right button. Off the mystery gifts. Including a couple more beast balls. I am curious about what more will be available at the boutiques and salons. But we'll see. Ah, big mushroom. I was hoping for another Galerica. Because I think that's going to be important. Ooh, that looks like a little cave. Let's go into it. There's the Sharpedo already. I mean, technically I should probably be heading straight for the dojo to continue with the story. But, oh, there's a whole bunch of people just sitting here. Brawler's Cave. This almost feels like a Disneyland ride. It's a small world after all. I said Disneyland, didn't I? I've never been to Disneyland. Disney World, though, I've been there a bunch of times when I was a kid. Wouldn't mind going back there someday. Ooh, Malamar. Scorpy. Honey. Licky Licky. Health Feather. Pretty Feather. Both things I'm going to be selling. There's... Oop! I was gonna say there's plenty of marshland on this island. I'm not gonna bother. I mean, sure, everything here is fairly strong, so I definitely get a decent amount of experience out of fighting stuff. But cell battery, not particularly useful to my team. Oh, more. Yeah, that's more Pecco. Couldn't remember its name for a moment. Large leak. That'd have been better before I evolved my Farfetch'd into a Surfetch'd. Lopunny. Is that the dojo? I thought the dojo was in a different area. Let's pull up a map. So this is the Tower of Waters. The dojo I want is over here. I need to turn around. I got a little too into exploring, I guess. I like that the Kinglers walk sideways, like crabs do. Now there was a Did You Know Gaming video that I watched recently on Pokemon that looked like it implied that one of the fossils... Oops. Did not see the Lurantis there. Implied that there were fossil Pokemon walking around a wild area. I don't know if that was this wild area or what. But we'll see. And the sunlight is shining bright too, so that's a much better heal than it normally would have been. Still. May as well use no escape. And watch, that's when it'll use Solar Blade. Or no retreat, rather. Full power Ranicus Pondicus. Yep, that's when it uses an attack. Fortunately not Solar Blade. Solar Blade probably would have killed him, since it's basically a solar beam. But yeah, it's better. It's going down next turn. Kinda wish no retreat also made the opponent not able to escape. It's like, you're locked in this one-on-one combat no matter what. Gecko leveled. Alright. Wonder where that little thing popped up in the water there was. It's got red spikes on top its head. That's a Whiscash. Ooh, this is a shiny one. Oh, okay, that's a one of the lobsters. Crawfish. Groudon's lesser form. Corefish. That's what it's called. Now, am I going the right way? I have no idea. Oops, not what I meant to do. Town map. Yes, I need to go south. Oh, tan growth. And suddenly I'm not sure how to feel about being able to recognize all these Pokemon on site. I mean, there's over 900 and I could probably name all of them on seeing their picture. But I'm a bard. I have to have approximate knowledge of many things. Digimon, Pa, Armorite ore. I will pass. Take that Armorite ore to find out what it does. Give it to a collector. Okay. So I guess when I find Diggin' Pa, we'll see what it do. Cleric twig? Nope, big mushroom. I'm back where I started! I know where to go. Let's head back into that cave of brawling or whatever it was called again. Oop. Electrobar TR. So, what a way to start my Isle of Armour adventure of getting lost. Alright, let's head back in. That's Narracuda. Oh, okay. Can't go in that way. Can't get that from here. In that case, let's grab this Pokeball. TR Endure. Okay, so that means I gotta go round this way to find the cave that I came in on. That's not the right phrasing, but you know what I mean. Hey, Galarica Twig, that makes 2 of them now. Oop! Oopa! Level 60 Woopa. Black Sludge. Be good for a poison type. Okay, here's where I came in. Brawler's Cave, that's what it's called. Let's actually go out just straight across the other side. Just to see what it is over here. Training Lowlands. Whoops. I keep wanting to hit plus for the menu. Yeah, I'm on the wrong side. So I'll know I'm in the right place. It's a Soothing Wetlands. Or... I could just go to the coast and drive around the whole island. Let's do that. That sounds a lot easier. Ooh. Shinx. The fact that I keep running into all these unevolved Pokemon makes it even less likely that I'm going to stand and fight, because they give less experience than an evolved one. And they're really easy to run away from. Okay, that would be the forest that I got turned around in. So, here's the coastline. That looks like an interesting lake. See if there's anything special here. Looks like it's just a place with a den. Ooh, there was a sparkle right there. Huh, a rare candy. Dang it, just a mushroom. Okay, so let's go around the island in a clockwise manner. I could have left through the lake. Ooh, a dragon scale. But I've already got a Kingdra. What is that? Oh, that's that that tower that I keep finding. Honeycomb Island. An island with an actual name to it. Small experience candy. Pollen Puff. That's a Rabombi move, I believe. This island's in the shape of a flower. Neat. Either that or it's supposed to be in the shape of a honeycomb. Either way, kinda neat. I don't think I've gotten away from it. It is right behind me. A little bit more distance. A challenge beach. Nope, that sounds like it faded away. Not chasing me anymore. Oh, there's another one though. Stepping Stone Sea, where it is apparently storming. Either that or it's just supposed to be raining so hard it's foggy. These Sharpedo are kind of giving up pretty quick. Wingull. There's an inlet. Let's go in the inlet. Of course, there's all these powers here. Loop Lagoon. Few interesting guys around here. Sea incense. Kadabra. Sweet apple. Is it even possible to get up on top of that thing? Oop, what'd I run into? Dwebble. I have to say this is a bit more fun than playing Witcher 2. I say a bit. It's a lot more fun than playing Witcher 2. Okay, let's check the map again. Okay, I'm not far. Need to leave the Loop Lagoon. Wonder what that little crown island there is about. But I can leave here through the Courageous Cave. Apparently I'm on the beach. Yeah. And from the cave, presumably get back to where I started. Pile of sand. Heat rock. Oop. Did I just randomly talk to a guy? I guess I did. Fancy apple. Interesting. Those must be used for cooking. Ooh, that is an interesting graphical effect. Okay. A little hard to tell if I'm even in the right place to get out. Okay, nothing there for me. Fields of Honor. And there's the dojo. Alright, I went the right way this time. Hello, Baniri. Goodbye, Baniri. Oh, okay. Oh, it's a Diglett. Judging by the little tuft there, it's an Alolan Diglett. Interesting. Diglett dig, trio, trio, trio. Oh, this must be Digger Pa. Yep. Caught a lot of Diglett. Interesting. He wants me to find the other Digletts. Sure, I'll do that. 150 Digletts? Sweet Heart of Darkness, man. You must have really fallen in love with the Digletts. Is that a crown? Huh. Apricorns, sure. I mean, someone's making Pokeballs up here. Black Apricorn. Feed 4 Apricorns to the Cramomatic. Get a rare type of Pokeball. Cool. Yeah, that is indeed a crown. Interesting. I wonder if that's something that sort of becomes available when you're champion. Oop, there's a Diglett. Ah, and it keeps track of how many there are in the place that you are. That'll be handy for when I go about doing all that. Okay. Oh, fiddlesticks. So our new student decided to go back home? It would appear so. I'll have you know my offer to escort them was perfect. You rather abruptly absconded after our battle. And I'd been hoping we'd get to welcome a new member to our little family here, too. Hello? And who are you, love? Hmm? Of course. You must be the new student that's supposed to join the dojo today. You've got the wrong person. Yes, right. That's correct, ma'am. I swear I thought you'd use teleport or something. You disappeared so quickly. Regardless, it gives me great joy to know that you've decided to come after all. No one is listening. Oh, everything's just coming up roses. Now, I'm quite sure they already told me your name, but, it's James. That's right, you're James, of course you are, love. Although I'm rather sure that's not the name I was told before. My name's Honey. I help keep this place running. You can consider me the lady of the house, and not that the Master Dojo is just any old house. Why? For what purpose is he here? My future sight must be off. I must think before Miss Honey figures out I told an innocent little lie. Seems you've already met our Avery. Bit of an odd ducklet, but he's one of our own. He's training hard here at the dojo so he can become a gym leader someday. I can trust the two of you to get along, right? It's an honor to make your acquaintance. Oh dear, but look at me. Here I am making you stand around outside after you've come all this way. Come in, don't mind the faint stench of sweat. Now listen, if you dare breathe a word of what happened at the station to Miss Honey, let's just say my psychic powers are quite potent. Do I make myself clear? Yes, you do. Good thing I'm a dark type. I mean, have you seen the dead look in my eyes? And my hat's a little crooked. There. I'm tempted to fly off and visit a boutique. Ooh, that was a nice hairstyle. Oh, he's actually got an actual bike helmet. Or, well, I suppose this is a bike helmet too, but that's like racing bike helmet. I'm gonna see if I can. Yeah, I can fly around. Let's pop in the Motostoke or Hammerlock. Let's go to Hammerlock. Use their boutique and hair salon. So let's see. This is the hair salon. Yep, there's the barber pole. See what kind of hairstyles we've got. We'll do hair. Interesting, the makeup's a choice. I think that just means my eyes at the moment. These are the new ones. What's this? Oh. That's the chairman's hairdo. I guess I'll just stick with what I've got. Then let's see if makeup's got anything interesting in it. I got enough money that I don't really care about losing stuff. And okay, nothing new there. So next to a boutique. I don't know if the different boutiques will have different stuff with this style card, but let's find out. Together! So let's see. Oldlands Amble. Ooh, vests. Too bad they're punk vests. I'd rather regular vest. Okay, so I think from what I can tell, it is different stuff for different places. But let us confirm by flying to somewhere else with a boutique and taking a look at their selection. Yep, there's different selections at different places. Sports cap. Oh, okay, it's got its brim turned up. So I guess I'm gonna fly around to all the boutiques and see what new things they may have. And we'll also, at some point, check and see what kind of, see if there's a boutique on the Isle of Armour. I've been hoping for a top hat the whole time I've been playing Shield. But nowhere has had one yet. And I'm hoping Avery is a hint that there will be a top hat at some point. Bucket hat? Nope. Okay, nothing here. And apologies if this is somewhat boring, but I feel it is an important thing to discover. I feel like Balloonly should have one. There's a boutique. Then I think Wyndham is the only other place with a boutique on Galar proper. So we'll see what we get when we go there. Okay, he wants a Vanillish. I have a Vanillish, but I don't need a sock. Okay, there's the salon. There's the boutique. Ooh, sweaters. Vest and tie ensemble. Yes! Ooh. Oh, I want to buy them all, but they're so expensive. Oh. What else do you have? Punk trousers, eh? Punk boots. Trapper hats still. Wraparound sunglasses. Punk gloves. Want those. But yeah, I am definitely going to be needing a lot of money. But for now, which one to get? This feels best to me. Doesn't quite match my coat, but I am okay with that. Oh, that feels so good. Now to see if Wyndham has top hats. Wyndon, not Wyndham. I think Wyndham is an actual city on Earth. Okay, where's our boutique? I do not remember. Oops. I'm guessing... Nope, can't do anything with the Mudsdale. Pretty sure this place has like an intercity taxi service like Lumiose City does. There's the boutique. Never mind. Tell me you have half. Oh, they've got suit jackets. I am definitely coming back here too. 150,000 Pokebucks. Ooh, and dress pants. Yes. Luxury loafers. I'll be getting the plain ones. Luxury bag? No. Ah, they don't have hat. Formal gloves. Well, I wouldn't mind having formal gloves in real life. I actually like the punk gloves a bit better. But yes, I am going to have to come back here. That is just what I want my outfit to be. I'm gonna have to sell a bunch of stuff. Oops. Quick, back to the Pokemon Center. I should have sold stuff while I was there to begin with. I am here to sell. And boy howdy do I have things to sell. So, bottle caps I think are useful for a thing. I want to hang on to those for trading. Let's sell that. Sell those. I forgot to make note of exactly how much money I needed. I apparently did not have as much shiny stuff to sell as I thought. Ooh, but I can sell TRs for a decent chunk of change. So let's sell a bunch of those. I know I need at least 150,000, so I will go up to 200,000. Just selling as many as I would need to do that. And then I will off-screen grind money to buy all the other outfit stuff I want. And then I'll mix and match my character's outfits to match my own. Okay, there's 205,000. Let's go back to the boutique. Oops, wrong button. Just the door almost. So we will want the black suit jacket. And then... oh, I have just enough. Black dress pants. Oh, but I was also going to get shoes. How much are the shoes? 19,000. So I'll have to do that. I wonder if it feels odd to anyone how excited I am over clothes shopping at the moment. But I'm getting my character into a style I like. Kinda wish they had more coat options than just fancy in that regard. Like, a long coat, like what I normally wear. Maybe they'll have that when, the Crown Tundra becomes a thing. I only needed 19,000, didn't I? Still, building up my funds again. I'll just do this until, that feels good. That way, if I need to buy anything at the Crown, or on the Isle of Armour, I can do so. Oh, wait. Who should I replace for Cub Fu when I get him? I'm gonna have to. I don't want to lose Loranicus, because he's one of my... he's my favorite Gen 8 Pokemon. I'll have to see what Cub Fu can do. Oops. Yeah. That's what I've got, motorcycle jacket. But yeah, I'll have to buy the suit jacket, or a few suit jackets, some more vest and ties. Yeah, this is exactly what I wanted to look like. I need to update my trainer card. So once more to the Pokemon Center, and then it's back to the Isle. One of my friends is online. Yeah, I like that. Alright. Back to the Isle. Maybe the map will tell me whether there's a... no, it doesn't look like there's a boutique anywhere on the island. Looks like it's just some basic places. So I need to go... Let's go Fields of Honor. But then I need to be able to... I want to be able to change my biking outfit and such to better match what some of these guys have. I really wish you could just have your regular clothes on when biking. Sure, swap in a helmet, but regular clothes otherwise. Alright. Let's get on with things. Personally, I wouldn't have opened both doors. I would have just pushed open one of them. Everybody, I have an announcement to make. We've got a new student joining us today. Please welcome James. I'm sure you'll all have lots to teach him. You'll all have lots to teach him. Could have just said y'all. Or y'all. Y'all. That's an interesting thing to try and say. All our students are so good and hardworking. Everyone really gives it their all around here. Now here's someone who's not listed in my database of students. Hello, Sweetie Pie. It's not usual for you to bother greeting a newcomer. Okay, he's apparently a kid and not just a short adult, so... This is Hyde, my darling only son. Are you some kind of outlier? Here, you should give this a try. Experience charm. Ooh, boosts experience points. In addition to the experience share. Interesting. But don't open it, okay? It's got tech I developed inside, and I don't want you to go and ruin it. He's so good with his hands, always making something new. Such a clever boy. And that handsome gent in the back is my darling hubby and the very master of the Master Dojo. Why, hello there. My name is Mustard. I'm rather good at Pokemon battles, you know. I'm pleased as cheese that you could join us. I'll say it back. Cheese to meet you. I see you've got a sense of humor too. Good, good. Don't let him fool you into thinking he's just a silly old man. Now, I know Rule 1. Never act incautiously when confronted by a smiling, wrinkly, bald man. He's a real beast when he gets serious. Well, darling, I'll leave the rest up to you. Yeah, this is my favorite part. I want to see just how good you are. So why not have a battle with little old me? Just say the word when you're ready. Alright, I'll do just that. I'm all healed up. Let's have our bout. Yahoo! You ready for a battle? I am indeed. I feel so good in this outfit. I shouldn't, because it's a virtual outfit. But still. Alright, let's get this show started. This is the best way to get to know new students. Alright, you've only got 2 also. Minfu. Alright, Uranicus. This is pretty even, I think, because that's a fighting type. I think Minfu learns psychic moves. We will no retreat and poison jab it. Attack, defense, special attack, special defense, and speed. Force palm. Chance for paralysis. None to be had. Poison jab. Nice lot of damage and poisoned. Now the question is, do you have some sort of healing item? Let's find out next round. I'm gonna use Brick Break. Yep. No healing item. Okay. That pause there made me think that there might have been one. And not much more than usual. Shinx. Let's keep it Uranicus. Oh ho ho, it looks like my little old self's been cornered. I'm getting the shivers. I think I've just changed his voice. Kinda like the new one a bit more though. Ah, an Intimidate. Only fell 1 level. Interesting. Yeah, way to go, Aranicus. He seems to favor paralyzing moves. Though I don't think Spark actually paralyzes. And there we are. Might have been able to one-shot them with Brick Break instead, but oh well. That was everything I hoped for and more. I lost. You're pretty strong, aren't you? Well, I am the champion after all. The way you battle really shows me how much you care about your Pokemon. Even if you've come because of a misunderstanding, as long as you have a will to learn, then you're welcome at the Master Dojo. I think we can all help each other become stronger. I'm happy you've come to join us. So on that note, here's your dojo uniform. Thanks, I won't wear it. Unless the game forces me to, like it just did. Huh, get to keep my shades, and it puts my hair up in a bun. With that on, you'll fit right in with the students of my Master Dojo. Oh, good. I can put my proper clothes back on. Now then. With James here now, the dojo's at max capacity. It's time to really start our training. You'll all be facing 3 trials. Why is there a max capacity? Huh? And there's more. The person who completes the 3 trials will receive the secret armor of this dojo. Secret armor, eh? That's the spirit. Now, let me explain the first trial. Pardon me, Master. I haven't received my uniform yet. I dare say it's unfair for only that child to get a uniform. Unequal, even. I demand an item swap. Oh dear, do you really not have a uniform? My bad, my bad. That's easy as a fix, though. I have another uniform right here for you, Avery. It does pay to complain sometimes. And I think Cub Fu just stole his uniform. What in the world? Hey, my dojo uniform, it's gone missing. Oh, it's a Slowpoke. Interesting. Ninja Slowpoke. Interesting. How dare you? Are you using trick? Return my dojo uniform immediately. Apparently they're conferring as to whether or not to do it. Oh my, where do you think you're going? Oops, I guess I let them out of their Pokeballs a little too soon. This is the first trial, my students. You've all got to chase after those fast Slowpoke, trained with care by little old me. But that's not all. You need to defeat them too. And while you're at it, could you get Avery's dojo uniform back? No one likes Avery, apparently. Well, that's that. Do your best, you lot. I wonder what Avery's counterpart is like. Right. I need to get back in my own clothes. Yes. Good, it just gives me the option right there. Please tell me it switches my hair back to... Oh, good. All set. Let's go. So, do I get any hints? Oh, they are right there. Only now that they scatter. Nope, they've all gone one direction. Into the marshlands. They scatter up there. Yes. Okay, so there's one right off to the right. Huh? Oh. Yes, customize my bike. Glistening black. Yeah, that better matches my style. Ooh, and I love the contrail. Makes me feel like I'm riding a light cycle. Oh wow, they show themselves real easy. Okay. Slowpokes are psychics, so I probably shouldn't have left Uranus up front. We will go with... Yeah, we'll go with the Great Atuan. It's already raining. I thought you were specially trained. Is it not programmed to deal with it actually raining? Alright, Great Atuan. Just finish it off with a poison jab. Just had a thought. We don't actually know if the Great Atuan is male or female in Discworld. But, I wonder if it's possible to examine the behavior in the Light Fantastic to determine which it actually is. Oh, I see. The Slowpoke divided up Avery's uniform. Ooh, hey. Pokeball. Another TR for me to sell. Okay, there's another one. Ah! Just barely missed it. That's alright, it'll come back around soon enough. A nest ball. There we go. Whoops, and I forgot to switch the Great Atuan back up front. Oh well, if this thing's anything like the previous one, a good couple poison jabs will take it down. Why am I hungry already? I just ate like an hour ago. Not even, 2 hours ago. But alright, poisoned. Oh, Uranus is pretty damaged. Ah, it's got a berry. Makes it speed up. Interesting. I haven't had any stat changes, so it's trying to copy something that hasn't happened. What is with these slowpokes, man? If I'd used no retreat, then maybe it could have gotten something out of me, but it didn't. But I didn't. Okay, jacket, tee, and shorts. So there's only one more thing. Maybe two, like shoes and socks or something. There. Okay, full restore Uranus. And move on. Because I have now proven satisfactorily to myself that Uranus can defeat these slowpokes. I will continue to use him to do so. Yeah, cut him off. So apparently I'm the only one passing this first trial. Where did everybody else go? I'll just poison jab my way to victory. So is Psych Up a priority move, or is... do these Slowpoke have, Trickster? I think these Slowpoke probably have Trickster. Oh no, it's... I see, it's got about the same speed as Uranicus, so it's just a toss-up as to who goes first. Oh wow, haven't poisoned it in all that time. Using pretty weak Slowpoke, for level 60 especially. But I do wonder how it, or what it will evolve into. Yay, Uranicus leveled up. And there's all all of the dojo uniform parts. So let us return to the dojo. Wow, examining trees for Valerica branches. Or twigs. Whatever they were called again. Oh wow, just a full-on Polytoad. Neat. I wonder if the level of evolution of the guys walking around here is actually dependent on your own strength, or if there's just automatically fully evolved guys out here. Love this bike. I think I'm going to change my outfit. Okay, so I gotta change who's up front. And I want fire type now. Then I've got black and red to match my bike. Color coordination. And to match my outfit. I actually kind of feel like my Xenoverse 2 character, Black Arms, and the Saiyan that I made. What did I name her? Bega, that was it. I put Bega in Commander Red's uniform too. Oh, James, welcome back. Were you able to reclaim my uniform all by yourself? Yeah, you can have it back. You have my thanks. Well mustered, James. You cleared the first trial like it was nothing. Why, I think this is the first time since Leon that someone was able to handle all 3 fast Slowpoke on their own. The rest of you tried very hard too. You were able to catch up to the Slowpoke, but I guess you couldn't defeat them. Tell you what, anyone who is able to catch up to a Slowpoke at least once gets a pass. James really outdid himself, so it's only fair everyone else gets another chance. Try to make a comeback, everybody. Aw, poor big guy. Oh, that reminds me. Honey, where are those little ones? Oh, that's right, darling. I had nearly forgotten. Squirtle, Bulbasaur, come on in, sweeties. Hello indeed, little ones. Do I get to have one of you to join Sarkhan? I think actually, did I just name that one Vol? The Gigantamaxing Charmander I got from Leon. These are our sweet little Pokemon, Bulbasaur and Squirtle. We've all been taking care of them together. And I'd say they're more than a little curious about your strength as a trainer. Why don't you pick one to keep for yourself? You did succeed in the trial after all. A nice touch of having Bulbasaur on the green and Squirtle on the blue. That's fun. And just so you know, These two have been raised in a very special way. When they evolve, they'll be able to Gigantamax. Okay, so I'm actually popping in here because I want to double check what I named the G-maxing Charmander. Okay, I did name it Sarkhan. Same as I do all my Charizards, I guess. Why was it? How did that Charizard have a quick fall? I've forgotten. I bred him so long ago. So, I get to pick either one. I wonder if the one I don't pick gets picked by someone. This is honestly a coin toss. I don't have any coins on hand, so I will just Google up a coin toss simulator. And it'll be Bulbasaur heads, Squirtle's tails. Okay, it flipped heads. Bulbasaur it is. Wonder if I'll be able to get the Squirtle later eventually. Send to a box. Hi, Bulbasaur. I'm never going to use you. Bulbasaur looks pleased as punch that you chose it. Remember that your new Pokemon will be able to Gigantamax once it is fully evolved, so be sure to raise it well. Oh, I'll evolve it, but I'm not really going to use him at all. Dynamaxing, a mysterious phenomenon unique to Pokemon of Galar. And then there's Gigantamaxing, a very special way of Dynamaxing for very special Pokemon. Their moves change, of course, but their appearances change too. Speaking of Gigantamax, there's that secret recipe of the Master Dojo. Drinking it makes you gigantic and strong. I call it Max Soup. I'd love to have a bowl of Max Soup full of Max mushrooms right about now. It sure has been a while. And that's your second trial. Or that's why your second trial shall be mushroom picking. Max mushrooms are the key to Gigantamaxing, and I'm tasking you with finding 3. Max mushrooms are red with a spiral pattern. I'm pretty sure they grow in dark, humid places. And with that, your next trial begins. I'm counting on ya. Okay. Ah, the Squirtle looks like it'll be a final boss there. Okay, so a move tutor that requires this Armorite ore. I wonder if it only applies to starters, or what's up with what he can teach. But I don't really mind either way. Hey James, my bad, my bad. It just dawned on me that you're brand new to the Isle of Armour. I bet you have no idea where to even begin looking for max mushrooms. The Cavern of Courage and the place of Bravery, I think it was, that I drove through on my bike earlier. Come on, let's go for a walk and I'll show you some mushroom hotspots. Assuming quite a bit there, Mustard. Ah, okay, you meant the forest, which I suppose makes a little bit more sense. Now, usually the forest of Focus is chock full of max mushrooms. But the thing is, a swarm of Greedent came through and ate every last one here. So I'm thinking maybe you'll have more luck finding max mushrooms if you go check Warm Up Tunnel. It's out on the other side of the forest. Or... any ores, or... okay, he just wants me to go to Warm Up. Just watch where you're going in the forest, okay? It's easy to get lost. Anywho, good luck with the hunt for max mushrooms. Catch you back at the dojo. Are you sure you should be giving me hints like that? I mean, just blatantly? Ah, you're the Apricorn girl, right? Nope, you want an Executor. Presumably for an Executor. Okay, so if a bunch of Greedent have eaten all of the mushrooms in this area... oh, all of the max mushrooms in this area. Let's follow this guy, see if he knows where he's going. Oh, a Miracle Seed. That would actually go well with the Bulbasaur I have that I'm not going to use. Tangela. Poison jab. Tough guy. Grassy terrain. That'll give us a heal. Not that it'll do him much good, because it doesn't heal much, and I very obviously deal a lot more damage than that. Ah, Chansey. And a Pikachu. Don't know that one. So where is this cave? Hey, are you the... Yeah, you're the apricorn girl. Have some watts. Pink apricorns. I want to get all the apricorns that I want. Or all the apricorns that I can. So, town map. I can't exactly zoom in. Ah, okay. I need to go north. Probably means continue to go this way. Oh, hey, are you the apricorn girl again? Yeah. Have some more. Red ones this time. Wish I could remember which apricorn makes what Pokeball. Because I know they're color-coded. Was that supposed to be a Vanillish on the back of my biking suit? I think that's what that shape is supposed to be. Those little red flowers there just make me think of Oricorico. Calm Mint. Huh. Wait. Oh, okay, the mint there lets you change your Pokemon's personality. Interesting. Ah, there's the digging paw. Okay, so he just gives me some watts. I'm going to keep the 2000 watts. Alright, some Cubones. Or coal. Is this a max mushroom? Because, oh boy, that is a huge mushroom. Hello, Avery. Just as I expected, multiple max mushrooms growing in a bunch. My psychic powers picked up on these max mushrooms eons before you found them. I believe I should be the one to get those max mushrooms. First come, first served and all. Sure, go ahead. What's this? Are you trying to show you're stronger than me? How distasteful. I find your presence disturbing. You show up at the dojo unannounced and go on to show such talent, even though you're still so young. You dare get in my way? I'm trying to help you, dude. I warned you about my psychic powers, and now you'll experience them firsthand. Okay, I guess you want me to kick your face in again. You really need to let your ego down, dude. Actually, is there anything special about his Slowpoke? I already know which of us is truly superior, dude. I'm the champion. Okay, it is a pure psychic type. In that case, we will definitely want to bring in the Great Tuin and jaw lock our way through this battle. Oh, she no longer has her leftovers. Nobody has their items because they were in Pokemon Home. It just popped into my head. I gotta fix that. Yeah, no, this move... I'm not banning any of my moves. You wanted me to show you who was stronger. I'll show you who's stronger. Like I said, I'm the champion. I'm not usually one for pride, but this guy's just annoying. You should just count yourself lucky that I can't Dynamax. And Kadabra are really fast. The Great Tatuan is a tank. And you're a glass cannon. Oh hey! Glad you could make it. Been having a lot of fun playing Pokemon again. And I spent, I think, like 20 minutes just upgrading my character's outfit. Still no top hats, but now I look dapper. Well, professional more than dapper, but... Avery's more of a nuisance than Bede was. Blast it! Victory still eludes me. What is it that I lack? What do I need? Discretion. Very well, you can have those ones. I'll go and find myself some max mushrooms that are far more elegant. Avery, teleport! Sure, lay it on me. That was full 3 clusters of max mushrooms? Huh. Hello? Is this James's phone? How's the trial coming along, love? I'm managing somehow. You mean you've already managed to find 3 max mushrooms? I've been checking in on everybody's progress, but it seems you're in first place once again. You really are a new rising star, aren't you? I suppose I'd better go put the pot on the stove, but you be careful on your way back. Ciao. Why was the computer late for work? Had a hard drive. I legitimately haven't seen that one before, but it was a fortunate guess. I'm good at wordplay. So my first thought was to think of the answer as something to do with lag. Oops, wrong button. Thought I saw a Diglett in the ground, but it was just a rock. Why should you never fight a dinosaur? Because you'll get Rexed? I don't think I've seen that one before either. Oops. So what's that one then? Oh, Ranicus is asleep. Oh, in its harsh sunlight. Ranicus should be tough enough though. Ooh. And I forgot to put people's items on him again. Ah. Because you'll get your ass kicked. Okay. But one of the things I think of when it comes to Jurassic is actually the fact that most of the famous dinosaurs people think about are actually from the Cretaceous period. Okay, before I continue, I have to give everyone back their items. Go right ahead. What be thy riddle? I already sort these out. Yeah, I did. In that case... Oh, who did I have all these on? Nope, that wasn't. Who had the King's Rock? Great to 2 and had leftovers. Wide lens was with Akko. I think I had Black Sludge with Miles. Who loves playing Nintendo games with a top hat on? Are you talking about me? I do not remember what all I gave all of my Pokemon. I think I'll give Oranicus the King's Rock. Then give Lady Amalthea the Wise Glasses. And... no, it wasn't a Life Orb. I wish I could remember what I gave everybody. Actually, I almost think that it was Lancelot had the King's Rock. 4 legs, 2 legs, 3 legs is a very ancient riddle. What is a man? A miserable little pile of secrets. We'll do this. So there's also another answer to that riddle in the anime series Final Fantasy Unlimited. But that was partly because of the person giving out the riddles was purposely being... was purposefully giving riddles that have 2 answers so that they could tell someone that they got it wrong no matter what answer they give or gave. Go right ahead. Let me know if you want me to read it out loud or not. Because if you don't, then it won't be seen once this goes to YouTube. Hey there, James. Welcome back. Looks like you nailed the trial. Congrats on finding the max mushrooms. Trial number 2 is no problem for you. Well, you gave me a hand on that one. All my other students ended up getting lost in the forest. Turns out finding max mushrooms was the least of their problems. It's a shame, but I guess everyone other than James will fail the trial. Don't know anything about Final Fantasy. Well, it is a fairly old series. One of the main interesting bits of tidbits for Final Fantasy is the reason it has its name is if it didn't succeed, then Squaresoft would have gone under, so the game was legitimately their Final Fantasy game. And because it was such a success, it wound up being their flagship series. And then it turned kind of terrible after Squaresoft became Square Enix. But Final Fantasy's got a lot of stuff, but fortunately, each game, unless it specifically is a sequel, is its own contained game. Yes, because Twitch has been deleting my archives for all the games I've been streaming, I started uploading the videos to the YouTube channel that's on the tiny URL down below there. So at the I do my stream, and then I upload the episode on Saturday. So, let's get a max soup made. So that way, if you want to watch what you weren't here to see, then you'll be able to without much trouble. I've really outdone myself this time. Now all that's left to add are those lovely max mushrooms you've brought us. Miss Honey, I beg you, wait just one moment. Why, Avery, what in the world has gotten into you? I've never seen you in such a flutter. I've also obtained some max mushrooms. Oh, nice work, Avery. You must have searched hard for those. That makes you the second person to pass the second trial. I did it. Yes, I did search rather hard. Oh, chin up, darling Avery. You did it. This is a cause for celebration. Master, Miss Honey, if you could grant me one wish just this once, I would be indebted. Would you be so kind as to use my max mushrooms in the max soup? I feel that everyone here should enjoy the taste of my efforts. Oh, Avery. And if that's all your offer, then I'm perfectly happy to oblige. Though this is hardly the first time you've asked for something, and I rather doubt it'll be the last. Miss Honey. I hope you don't feel that your thunder's being stolen, James. But we're a family here, and families share. So we'll go ahead and use Avery's mushrooms today. It's just so rare for him to try hard at something. I really want to reward that. You understand, don't you? You can hold on to the max mushrooms you found. I'm sure you'll find good use for them. Oh, and don't worry. You still totally passed the trial with flying colors. Think of those max mushrooms as an extra reward. Ooh, that's the Dynamax clouds. That's actually pretty cool. Alright, everybody. Soup's on. The famous max soup of the Master Dojo. Alright, but I'm unlikely to ask much of anything as I'm kind of focused on the game. But thank you. Well, I'm famished. Time to dig in. I'm kind of hungry too, which I kind of commented earlier is odd because it hasn't been that long since I ate. Oh, I never did explain the big deal about this soup, did I? You see, when one drinks this dojo's famous max soup... No, you don't. That kind of thing doesn't happen if a human has the soup. But things are a bit different when a certain Pokemon drink the soup. You see, there are some Pokemon that have distinct potential, and when they drink the soup, their Dynamax form will change into a Gigantamax form. I'll keep one of our lads in the kitchen on soup duty from now on too, so you can ask him to serve up a fresh bowl of max soup whenever you need. Now then, let's wrap things up. You all did your best on the second trial, and I'm proud of everyone here. And last but not least, thanks for the soup, honey. Thanks for the soup, Miss Honey. By the way, James, meet me in my room when you have a moment. Okay, I'm actually mildly curious. Does it have to be someone in my party? It does not, but yes, I can actually I can give it to anyone that I've already got. Oh, that's beautiful. So first I'm going to use it with Akko, since she's been my starter. Takes 3 clusters of max mushrooms. Alright, so I'm going to want to find lots of those off screen. Alright. So his room is over here at the other end of the dojo. Cramorant machine. Perfect. Now it's sure to work. All that's left is to fire it up with the on button. So here we go. Let's push it. The DLC, I think for each individual DLC, it's something like 15 bucks, maybe 20. Let me double check online here real quick. So the expansion pass doesn't actually say how much expansion pass is on the website, does it? Looks like this doesn't have the pricing. Nintendo account. Come on. Sorry about the wait. Okay, so the expansion pass is 30 bucks, which will get you both DLC, this one and the one that's coming out later this year. But I don't see where the individual one is. So I guess if you just go into the eShop, you'll see that one. But to get both DLC is 30 bucks altogether. Tripes are powered down. I must still need more watts. I guess if I will go up to it and try and turn it on, I'll just give it all my watts. Plenty of trophies and medals around this room. There you are, James. Avery. Thanks for coming. When I heard you had something to tell me, I came as soon as I could, Master. I think I've changed his voice again. Right. I've decided that you two will now take the Master Dojo's final, last, ultimate, third trial. Those first three words are all the same thing. A final, last, ultimate, third trial, you say? So, third trial? So you're saying that this would be the last trial? Yes, he said it 3 times, in fact. Well, yes, that's the gist of it. You two are the only ones who successfully finished the second trial. You've pushed each other to greater heights and helped each other grow. So I guess I'd say it's time to finally see who's stronger in a Dynamax Pokemon battle. You're to battle one another? That is the last trial? Yep. The rules are simple. Whoever wins will complete the trial. The winner will be granted the secret armor of the Master Dojo. This is it. At last. Can I really? You cannot. The battle will be held in the battle court behind the Master Dojo. The court is a power spot, so you can Dynamax to your heart's content. I must make haste. Must make for the battle court. Post haste. I must meditate on my upcoming victory. A good day to you then. I'll be on my way. Feel free to take it easy like a slowpoke, and take all the time you need to get ready. So you begged for a uniform, Avery, and then you proceeded to not put it on. Alright, well, have a good sleep, and no, I don't play Animal Crossing. A good chunk of the reason why is that I would basically only be playing it at night, when all the villagers are asleep. So what would be the point? Avery, he's got talent, that's for sure, but it's caused him to slack off. He's never felt the need to try hard at anything, I guess. Even with his training here at the dojo, I can tell he's been doing just the bare minimum. But things have changed since you arrived, James. Maybe you've helped awaken some sort of passion and drive in him, eh? Still, I only hope that motivation isn't put toward anything mischievous. See ya. Like I said, have a good sleep. Alright, Avery. Let's duke it out. Am I fully healed? I should be fully healed. Yeah, we're fully healed. And I've got items on everybody. So, you've come at last. Defeating you will grant me the secret armor. Then I will at last have what I need to become a psychic-type gym leader. No matter what it takes, I refuse to accept anything but a complete and utter victory. I'm coming at you with everything I have. Are you prepared? Why, yes. Yes, I am. Looks like the two of you are ready. Yep. I'm cheering for both of you. Alright, you two, take your places. The bug Pokemon? That's a wide range. I presume you mean Orbeetle? The Master Dojo's final trial. Ready? Ooh, shiny Magikarp. I don't think I've got my red Gyarados anymore. And go! Alright, Galarian Ponyta. I know what to do with you. Why are all your Pokemon unevolved? Let us have an elegant battle worthy of being called a finale. Prepare to sink into despair and into the weird battlefield beneath your feet. That's interesting. Oh, okay, since it's a part psychic. That's right, it's a pure psychic. I keep thinking that the Ponyta's fairy. It's the Rapidash that's fairy. You know what? We'll try it anyway. Yeah, it's about the damage I expected. Nah, it's just a stupid move on my part. Swamping out. Why did I give Amalthea the Wise Glasses? Wise Glasses are for special moves. I was thinking of my Gardevoir. I really need to look up what I gave them before. Fortunately, I have all the recordings of my previous streams. That's the word I wanted. No, your Ponyta's not alright. It's unconscious. We will stick with the Great Atuan. I'll wait until the very last Pokemon so I can Gigantamax Akko. It's too bad you didn't teach your Kadabra something like Thunderbolt. That would have been useful for her to know. Him to know. I didn't notice what gender it was. Swoobat. Somehow it evolved after I defeated it. Use Rock Tomb for some stab damage. There we are. And then we get to see what the Galarian Slowpoke evolves into. And I'll swap out the Great Atuan. Oh, the weirdness disappeared. Took me exact... Okay, it's a Slowbro. means it'll be water type, but I think I'm okay with that. Because we're going to be taking things to the max. Oh, it's got an arm cannon. Interesting. Quick draw. Okay, so that's its special... That's the Galarian Slowbro's special ability. Okay, see, Avery, you'd be really cool if you weren't you. You need a slightly different personality, but otherwise you'd be an awesome guy. I just realized I'm wearing the same color scheme that Chairman Rose did. That just makes me think of the Final Fantasy VIII Ifrit. I see your geyser, and I counter with a fireball. So it says it was still effective. We'll keep going. It's got stabbed. Interesting that the rain is sticking around. One last blast or heal? I'm gonna heal. Because I'd rather that than deal some damage and have Akko get knocked out. Alright. We're swapping you out, Akko. Oh wait, I forgot this tells me. Really? Lady Amalthea's high horsepower is super effective, is it? She won't do as much damage as she should since I gave her the wrong piece of equipment. But she's still strong. Shell sidearm. That's its... Oh, wow. Okay. I was not expecting that. Alright, Great Atuan, let's see how well you do. Aha, you're faster than it. That's the way. I win. Oh, I could just imprison myself for this. The victor has been decided. The one to complete the third trial is you, James. Oh, well done. You both gave it your all. It appears that I have lost. How pathetic. I lost even though I resorted to such underhanded tactics.
I don't think young, capable children like you can understand how I feel. I'm just an average man who gave everything he possibly could. Perhaps it's time I stopped playing around and gave up my dream of being a gym leader. After the less than reputable things I did, I'm likely to be expelled from the dojo. James, you're free to tell the master about the awful things I did.
I won't.
What are you saying? But I turned to the shadows like a dark type to try and win.
Do I look like I mind?
That's your strength, James. Kindness toward both your Pokemon and your rivals. Master? I should apologize on Avery's behalf too, as his master. What he did was wrong, but he just didn't want to be beaten by his rival, that's all. He's a good, hard-working student. Master, I thank you. You have my apologies, James. As for your punishment, Avery, you're going to look after the Pokemon in the dojo for 6 months by yourself. What? Is that all I have to do? And you'll forgive me? Of course. Let's work on strengthening your heart. Okay. Alright, everyone. Things are settled here. I'm so proud of you both. You mustered so much effort and tried so hard. I got so teared up that I couldn't even see half the battle, but what I saw was amazing. James, you gave it your best and triumphed, even when faced with an unfair challenge. To you who has completed all the trials, I grant the secret armor of the Master Dojo. It'll take some time to prepare, so I'll go ahead and get things sorted. And that's all, gang, as you were. Pardon me, James,
No, he's got a league card. Of course he does. He's an aspiring gym leader, after all.
I will admit to acknowledging your strength just a little.
Well, thanks for that, I guess. Can I have your hat? I'd rather have your hat than a league card. Alright, are we fully healed after that? Yes.
Ah, there you are, James. Keeping this old man waiting, Since you've completed all 3 trials, I give you the secret armor of the Master Dojo. Now then, come on out.
As Cub Fu. With his angry eyes. Or angry eyebrows. Yes, you are adorable, little one. Can you... I don't think you can breed Cub Fu.
This Pokemon is in fact the secret armor of the Master Dojo. Say hello to Cub Fu. I know, it's tiny. But raise it with diligence, and it'll become strong enough to see you through any battle, just like a suit of armor. No opponent will be able to get past it. This one in particular has amazing potential. Problem is, it's a bit shy. It just doesn't seem to have much confidence in itself. So, I was thinking, James, maybe if it joins you on your adventure, that'll help it break out of its shell a little bit. So take good care of Cub Fu, okay? It's in your hands now.
Alright, little guy. I'm not giving you a nickname since you're a legend. I believe you're a legend. Don't think you can breed Cub Fu with any with a Ditto. The Wushu Pokemon. And I should have him in my party. Oops, I need to look at its stats first. Yep, fighting type, just like Oranicus. Inner focus prevents it from flinching. Oh, it's only level 10, though. adamant by nature, so yeah, good at physical attacks. Sorry, Oranicus, but I'm gonna have to pop you out for Cub Fu.
Now then, the first thing for you to do is become best friends with Cub Fu. You need to build trust. Cub Fu hasn't really had a chance to explore the world outside the dojo, so maybe it'll help you become better friends if you let it have a look around. Maybe take it to a spot that has a great view of the Isle of Armour. I have my students standing at good spots, so just keep an eye out.
Apparently that's news to everybody else.
And of course, having battles or camping out together will also help you become more friendly toward each other. What else? Oh, I know. I hereby grant you permission to keep a Pokemon out of its Pokeball here on the Isle of Armour. Yes! Following Pokemon!
Okay, I'm gonna do a thing, and then I'm gonna save and end the episode. So first leave. Yes, load. Because I want to put my third favorite Pokemon in the lead for a second. Oh, that's beautiful. Hello, Angela. Alright. And that's the end of my stream. Thank you for joining me. I hope you'll join me again next week, where I go back to The Witcher 2 for a while. And then it'll be the week after that that I come back to the Isle of Armour and train up with Cub Fu for a bit. So till the next, live well.